Happy anniversary, Brooks.
Happy anniversary?
It's Super Bowl 59 anniversary. 1 year
Oh,
ago
you're the
today.
worst. You're the
Um,
worst.
yep,
You're the worst. I was expecting like something fun and lighthearted, like maybe
it
like, oh, happy
is.
anniversary of this channel. I'd be like, holy
No,
crap. No, it's you
yeah,
doing this
that's.
to
I think
us.
that's summertime. Yeah, now.
Yeah, it is.
This day is only immortalized in one day in history for one reason, and that is when
All right.
we
So what
actually
else? All
got an
right. Yep.
exciting Super Bowl. We got to watch an exciting Super Bowl happen.
You think so? Public opinion seems to disagree with that.
So we'll talk about this in a little bit, but me and my buddy that we're watching the game with last night, we had a long discussion about this, and I'll bring
Let's
it
bring it here.
to the people. But first, let's jump right into it.
Welcome to the greatest podcast on earth. Nothing agreed. We have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned and buckle up.
Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. Back with the boys today, Baron. It could be an exciting day. It can be a sad day. It's whatever you make it is. It is Super Bowl and honors time, but it is also now the off season. Baron, we now looking forward to us a very parched desert, but let's take the grass that we have now of all the subsidy and content and finish it off for this year. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain myself. Can't complain myself.
That's good.
Yeah, can't complain. I have some
There
fun
you go.
stories, some good Super Bowl times.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's good. Yeah, I didn't do too much. Just hung out.
I did a lot.
Oh, well, that's good.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
I was on a
last.
plane
Oh, yeah.
during
Forgot
the
about
Super Bowl.
that. Yep, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't really miss much.
Well,
At least in the first half.
I was on a plane. I was only on a plane for the first quarter. For
Okay,
the
so
first
yeah, you didn't
quarter,
miss much.
yeah, I was on the plane. Well, I watched it on the plane, so I
Yeah.
didn't miss anything.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I
Well,
didn't miss much if I did that.
you're right. We got the
My
Super
bad, go
Bowl
ahead.
to talk about, but first, we'll just jump right into it. Let's start with the NFL honors. Those took place between our last recording, and yeah, I mean, that's a big deal in our world, this channel's world. So we're gonna dive right into it. First, are there any sort of awards or awards that stood out to you, or kind of a shock, or anything you just want to bring light to?
You know, there's one award that I think shocked me, and it wasn't from who won it,
Mm-hmm.
but the MVP award, for it to come down to maybe one first place vote to me is wild. I thought it would have been a very good win for Matthew Stafford. I thought Drake May would have got a little bit of votes, but nothing too crazy. But the fact that we can talk, I don't even want to talk about the Justin Herbert getting a first place vote. We both know that's a joke. All right.
Did
But
you
the
see the
fact,
reasoning?
no, what was it?
Yeah, the voter came out and gave his reasoning. He said he played the most consistently under arguably the worst starting offensive line in the NFL week in and week out.
Can I be honest with you? That's actually not that's not a horrible reason.
Exactly, right?
That's actually not a
That's what
bad
I'm
reason.
that's what I'm saying.
That's you know what? That's not a bad reason. That's not a bad reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
fair enough.
but call me crazy, but I think if you throw Justin Herbert what Matthew Stafford was or Drake May, I think he does pretty good this year. I won't lie. I mean,
It's true.
throwing to Devontae and Puka and throwing
It's
with that
true.
Patriots offense,
I mean,
not
he
bad
is.
against that schedule.
He still
Not
has,
bad.
well, yeah. He still has to overcome playoff Justin Herbert, that demon
He does.
that lives deep inside of him.
Honestly.
But yeah, regular season merchants right back at it, getting MVP votes. But yes, please, you were saying about the MVP and Matthew Stafford.
I just can't believe it came down to one first place vote. I feel like Matthew Stafford was, in my opinion, my clear favorite to win MVP, especially with Drake May and the people he faced versus Matthew Stafford and the people he faced, which will be something else I talk about.
Oh,
But
we will talk about that.
we will talk about that.
In
But
a minute.
I was surprised by that. I'm not surprised by many other. I think there's arguments I can make for Mike Vrabel not winning Coach of the Year. Of course, going from worst to first, I think it's a hard argument not to give it to him. But I think Ben Johnson would have been a really good argument to win
Mm-hmm.
it. I think Mike McDonald had a good argument to win it.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a team that went from 4-13 to 13-4, it is kind of a tough argument to say that a 9-win turnaround isn't a justice for it. So,
Right.
go ahead.
But I think if you take a step back, and again, it's not to say that he wasn't a big factor in all this, but huge offseason for him. Like, you can't say that he took that exact same team. It's not the exact same team from last year. They had a huge free agency, at least defensively. We saw that last night. And offensively, I'm sure he'll address that this offseason, but it's not like he completely turned around what was already happening. I mean, he did to some degree, but it's with a different cast of people. It's not with what was already there. So I do think he deserves some recognition, like you said. Who did win Coach of the Year? I forgot.
Vrabel won Coach of the Year.
Oh, he did?
And no, he won Coach of the Year.
That's
and
what I
Josh
said.
McDaniels,
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels.
So
won
that's what I
Assistant
want.
Coach of the Year.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. They need to take that away from him. After what I saw last night, that was we'll get into this discussion for a second, but we'll put a pin in that for now. But I want to go through the rest of the awards. Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN, whatever else you want to call them.
I think that one's deserved.
Yep. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. I don't think there's any question there. I think the question is where does he rank all time with defensive players? Offensive Rookie of the Year, I believe was hold on, I got it.
That was Tet.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Tet.
Okay.
Tet McMillan.
I was wrong about that one, and I actually don't know Defensive Rookie of the
Carson
Year.
Schwessinger, linebacker for the Browns, second round pick. Somebody else finishing second. Yeah.
Yeah. Protector of the Year. That was
Joe Tooney.
Yeah.
Which that's something I wanted to talk about. Not that he didn't deserve it. I think he definitely did deserve it. But it's the fact that the Chiefs gave him away. Remember that. The Chiefs traded him away. He's, on the last legs, 33 years old. And Caleb Williams, I think, had like 45 less sacks than he did last year, by the way. Yeah. Something insane. And I'm going to compliment not only Ben Johnson with that, but most of the offensive line. Different scheme, helps him get the ball out quicker. Also, the offensive line, they definitely got a lot more protection in the offseason, which helped them massively. I think Joe Tooney, I think he deserved that award. And the reason I say Vrabel, I can see why he deserves the award. I mean, it's the best turnaround in NFL history. Going from 4-13 to 13-4, a 10-win, something like that difference, whatever it was, or they're 14-3. They were 14-3. A 10-win difference, that is the best turnaround in NFL history, tied for it. So it's hard to make an argument that why he shouldn't win it, but
I've got an argument.
I mean, for my argument is definitely the schedule, the strength of schedule. Just in the regular season, we can talk about it. I'll just make my point really quick. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
The 6 teams they played above 500 this year were the Steelers that they lost to. They lost to the Steelers week 3. Mm-hmm. They beat the Bills on the road. They lost to the Bills at home, 1-2 in the regular season. They played the Chargers, which, honestly, you can make an argument that that's a good team. They played good defense. CJ Stroud's offense, not so good. Jared Stidham.
Yep.
Those 3 teams. I guess they played 7 because the Seahawks count. They lost that game. We'll talk about that later.
So, yes, we're going to talk about strength of schedule for a little bit right now.
You did some research, you said to me.
I did do a little bit of research. I was looking into the other teams or historic teams that had – why are you making that face?
Sorry, something crazy just came out. It's not NFL news, but Charles Biadaco, who is the Alabama player, who is the G League player, has just been ruled ineligible and can no longer play in college basketball. Sorry. That has been a big development of ours that we've talked about. I think you would love that news. We both.
Yes, that's pretty exciting because that's utter bullshit. Anyway, what was it? Oh, yeah, strength of schedule. So, yes, I was looking into the other teams historically that had easier strength of schedules than the New England Patriots this year. And it's kind of different. It depends on which metric you grade it on or which chart you use to compare it in terms of strength of schedule, because there's a lot of different ways to measure it apparently. and adjust it and whatnot. So they range anywhere from the 10th easiest schedule of all time to like the 5th easiest schedule of all time. And I say all time, I mean the Super Bowl era, since the NFL became, the merger happened and we have the beautiful thing that is the NFL. One of those teams that had an easier one, it was number 2, greatest show on turf. It's pretty crazy if you think about that. I know Mike Shula's Dolphins, I think both his Super Bowl winning teams were in the top 10 somewhere. And I didn't do a lot more research into after that. There were the Baltimore Colts. They didn't really do anything significant. I mean, all these teams go to the playoffs. I think a few have won the Super Bowl, like the Dolphins have, and obviously the Rams have. Those were the ones I was really looking at, teams that won the Super Bowl. But I think I can take a step back and confidently say, regular season and postseason included, this might have been the easiest path to the Super Bowl in the last 60 years since the NFL became a thing. You factor in how easy their regular schedule was, then you look at their playoff record, right? Playoff Justin Herbert. We know who that is. Arguably a bottom 5 quarterback in the league when he's in the playoffs. Terrible performance, whether that's his injuries, his coaching, or just him. We don't know. Justin Herbert is one of the worst playoff performers we've ever seen, or of this era. So that's an easy win right there. Then you play CJ Stroud. I don't really think I need to explain myself right now about that. He's dog shit. And then you play the Broncos with their backup quarterback. I think Bo Nix plays. They beat the Patriots, and that was a much better Super Bowl. I actually think the Broncos would have won. But yeah, I just can't. I look at this season, I look at the postseason, and just the path as a whole, and I might have to say this is the easiest path to the Super Bowl in NFL history. And I think we need to, as fans, and again, I think when you're talking about season to season, like obviously the strength of schedule is not a very big metric to talk about because there's not going to be a big difference in the strength of when you're talking about how much better a team is if they're 15th strength of schedule for that season versus 17th. But when you have a strength of schedule as historically bad or as historically easy like this does need to play into a factor because, again, Josh McDaniels, he did not deserve Coordinator of the Year. That was a weak and pathetic showing I saw offensively yesterday night. It almost makes the Chiefs look like they were trying to play good in that Super Bowl. Yeah, it was terrible. And again, I think Mike Vrabel does deserve a lot of credit for that turnaround. But I mean, if you got matched up with 2 different divisions, are you 14-3? Did you even make the playoffs? So yeah, I think while he did do a great job, I think a lot of his success was luck benefited, and I don't know if you can credit that or give him Coach of the Year for that. And then yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Drake May is not a top 10 quarterback yet. He has very inflated stats from the season. If he won MVP, we would have had an outrage.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that would have been terrible. And I get it. It's a regular season award, and he did what he did in the regular season. He beat the teams in front of him. But again, you talked about he played, 6 teams with a winning schedule? I like to look at it this way. He played 4 teams that even went to the playoffs. Obviously, one of those teams was the Bills twice, and they split that. So we're going to take that out of the equation right now. They played 2 teams that went to the playoffs. And you know what those 2 teams were? Both of the 7th seeds that snuck into the playoffs. And again, they beat the Panthers pretty easily. That game was in New England at the beginning of the season where the Panthers were still trying to pull it all together.
Technically the 4 seed.
You're right.
You're
right.
I
forgot. You're right.
The worst of the playoff teams.
Yes. And then you lose to the Steelers, who, again, I don't think you would have lost in the postseason to the Steelers. It would have been a very good game probably, but still, I mean, again, this is a team, one of their 3 losses came to the Raiders in week 1. So it's just like, how much credit can you really give them? Yes, they're a good team. I'm not going to sit here and say they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. But I can also sit here and say that any of the NFC playoff teams representing the NFC in that Super Bowl last night would have beat them. Maybe the Panthers would have given them a fight. But all 6 of those other NFC teams would have beat them. And I don't even think the Seahawks played that well offensively. Like, I'm
Probably
also
did not.
about to sit here going into the Super Bowl. I don't think Sam Darnold played well at all. I think we saw Jet Sam Darnold in the first half of that Super Bowl. Kind of like what I was saying last week. He was seeing ghosts, missing throws, overthrowing, just making bad reads. But yeah, I mean, it was a real defensive game for. But yeah, back to the strength of schedule. But yeah, I mean, we just need to take it more seriously when it's historically as easy as that is, because that does play a factor into things.
Now let's talk about this. First of all, made a point about a couple minutes ago. I don't think Josh McDaniels deserved the coordinator of the year. If anything, you know, I was I was a Clint Kubiak guy. I still
Yep.
am a Clint Kubiak guy, but I just want to shout out somebody else. How about we look at the other side of the ball for the second for the Patriots? Shout out Zach Core. Here's why, right? Linebackers coach, which wasn't even the defensive coordinator, but of course, with the prostate cancer that Terrell Williams had as defense coordinator, he had to step up and become the defensive coordinator for this team. So a guy who stepped up, became the defensive coordinator. We can talk about the defense that, we talk about the offenses that played, whatever, but still, the defense stepped up in the postseason. The defense was good in the regular season too. That I think was a name that should have been there, maybe as coordinator of the year.
That's very. You're not
It's the
gonna.
situation,
You're
right?
not gonna win it because Vrabel's the head coach. He's calling the defensive plays. Like, it's the exact same reason
No,
Matt Nagy would never win
no.
offensive
He was the
coordinator.
defensive play caller.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was the defensive play caller.
Huh.
Vrabel didn't have control. It was McDaniels as the offensive, and he was the defensive play caller. They talked about it on the
Hmm.
broadcast, and I researched that. He was the defensive play caller. So I think there was an argument, especially with the
Okay.
situation that happened. Now, was he the best? I don't think so. Right? I think if you look at some other coordinators, like a Kubiak, for example, still a big Kubiak guy. I'll defend him. I think that's a great pick of a coordinator. But I think that was a name we can look at. Now we get to the big game. This is the same Matthew Stafford that was doing pretty good against the Seahawks defense. That was kicking and dealing, that he was finding his guys. And we can talk about the talent on each end of the offense. Yes, we can talk about that. But I still think that's a note that he went into Seattle, not into a neutral site game, went into Seattle, and he had a very good game in the conference championship that just got erased by Sam Darnold having a very good game. But Sam Darnold did not have a good game. He did not. Of course, I think when you look back at this game, if you're Sam Darnold, you don't care. You're a winner. That's all that matters. You're a Super
Right.
Bowl winner.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit of
Doesn't
regrets,
matter.
but at the end of the day, you won the Super Bowl. And your team, I mean, your defense put up 7 points, but you still put up 20 plus. So it's not like you didn't let your your offense, wasn't horrible. It's not like you let them down like the Patriots did. But I digress. Also, funny stat I learned today.
Hmm.
Drake May is actually the worst offensive quarterback, minimum 3 games, in postseason of all time, in one postseason season. So that's something you got to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like negative 22.9 EPA, something crazy. I also think Peyton Manning, when he won the Super Bowl, was actually, I think, bottom 3 too. So there's some names to look at there, and the narrative's changed just from they win or lose, and the narrative around Drake May is not going to be good. It's
I
just
don't know.
not a good performance. And you could talk about the Patriots against the Denver Broncos. That was not a good performance.
Mm-mm.
He had a decent game against the Texans, especially against that defense. He had a decent game, but you look at the Chargers game, that wasn't a good performance either. I mean, his Texans game wasn't brilliant, but that was his best game of the postseason. That wasn't that good of a game.
Mhm.
So his postseason run, he was kind of carried.
Um, I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, yes and no to some degree, because like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he was carried because his defense did everything. But when you look at it, actually, carried's not really the right word. I think the right word's more blessed.
Okay.
He was blessed to be given again, playoff Justin Herbert, a bottom 3 performer of our time. He was blessed with that in the very first round. Does not have to play well to overcome that, because that's just going to be a defensive game. Whichever defense cracks first, and lo and behold, Chargers are cursed. That's what we always hear, right? Game 2, like you said, best game at the postseason. Probably has to play a little bit better because C.J. Stroud It's not good by any means, but I don't think he's probably I mean, he's terrible. So yeah, that's a good game. I'll give you that one. Whatever. Well, you don't, and then I think you're blessed that you don't have to play starting Bo Nix. I think you're also blessed that it starts to pour down
Mm-hmm.
snow once you have the lead,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I mean that's it. I think the big argument I see from Patriots fans defending Drake May, statistically, if you do look at the defenses coming out of the regular season, he did play in the postseason. I think it's 5, 3, 2, and 1. So, but I think that all goes back to again how we need to view strength of schedule going into this season. Again, I heard people telling me that Patriots offensive line was top 5 in the league. Look how clean they've kept Drake May all season. They're great.
Most sacked
Yeah,
quarterback in the NFL postseason history.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we play real defenses, and this is what fucking happens. Like, that's cute. You're holding up the Bengals without Trey Hendrickson. You're able to triple team the Browns because the other players are all injured. You're playing the fucking Jets twice a year. Like, no shit, no one's sacking Drake May. You're playing teams that aren't good. And yeah, now you play good defenses, and this is what happens. Yeah. Will Campbell, whew. It's gonna be a rough offseason for him. But and Will Campbell lover, if he hasn't already done something at this point. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Yeah, I bet like that's the thing. Like if everyone wasn't just sitting there glazing the Patriots and how good Mike Vrabel's turned this team around and actually opened their eyes and like, oh, they had an historically easy schedule. I mean, I was trying to tell people this 2 weeks ago. I was saying this is going to be an absolute smack blowout from the start of the game. And obviously that didn't happen because Sam Darnold did not show up. Oh,
Yeah, that's fair.
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Someone's getting yelled at. But yeah, I mean, if Seattle started and had a good start like they normally do, then that game could have easily started 28-0. I mean, we could have had the exact same thing happen 2 years in a row offensively. Go up, what is it, 35-0 at one point? I mean, I think we've gotten back-to-back Super Bowls with second half blowouts, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. Strength of schedule needs to be utilized in these conversations. That's the bottom line because this could have all of this hype and expectation could have been prevented if we had just been honest with ourselves and said this Patriots team is not that good. They're extremely lucky to be where they are.
I mean, it felt like the hype of the Super Bowl was kind of little low. I don't know if it's me getting a little bit
No,
older, but
this year's Super Bowl was awful all around.
I disagree. This is one thing I was going to say.
Oh boy.
And this is actually what my short's going to be about.
Okay.
I think this was the best Super Bowl of all time in terms of production.
Okay.
I think Green Day is the opener, Charlie Puth national anthem. I thought the Bad Bunny halftime show was actually pretty good. I thought it was really solid. I thought the Green Day opener was amazing. I thought Charlie Puth was amazing. I thought Coco Jones singing was amazing. I thought the camera work was really good. I thought the score bug that NBC introduced was really good. I think that's a really good score bug, especially compared to last year's fiasco. I mean, it was really good in my opinion in terms of production. I thought it was really cool. I had a little bit of debate about this one as well. I thought coming back into out of commercial break, having the NFL player hometown thing, I thought was actually pretty cool because it kind of personalized the players a little bit, made them a little more human rather than just their Patriots players. They come from here, I thought that was really cool. So I think the production level actually was pretty good. That's what I would say. I think it's actually the best that I've seen in a while. Just in terms of top down, what it was, this is, I think, the best Super Bowl in terms of production. But if you're talking about what was on the field, yes, we have a very different argument. Also, no really ref controversies, in my opinion.
There's no need. I mean, the game's not
Well,
close.
I mean, the only one that there was the holding call that brought back Kenneth Walker, and even I thought that was a holding call. I thought that was the right call. So, but that's the thing. But that's the thing, Baron. There is no reffing controversy. The only one Well, I guess rumor back was that the Seahawks should have been offsides in the punt, which actually wasn't true. It was actually an illegal snap procedure. The setter actually committed an infraction. So there was no ref issues.
I mean, there's
So
no
I think
need when you're getting blown out. I
but
mean, no one's
yeah, there
gonna.
is. I mean,
No,
the game wasn't a blowout, Baron, until the fourth quarter.
yes, it was. Again,
No, it was not.
at,
Because if you think about it, right? 12-0 game. If the Patriots go and make a play,
but there
we have a one possession game.
but at no point in my being did I think that would happen.
I did.
Okay.
I live bet the over because
That's
at 22
crazy.
and a half. Because I thought there'd be plays, and there was.
There were plays. There were garbage time plays, but no, there's. I feel like once Seattle went up 6, I was like, this game's over. Because at that point, again, the New England offense had failed to prove to me that they could hang in this game. And I thought that Seattle was just getting off to a slow start. But yeah, it was a terrible Super Bowl, in my opinion, top to bottom. You can talk about the production. Like, I did enjoy the score bug.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I like
the camera work on the Charlie
postseason.
Puth national anthem when it hit him and then it hit the flyover and it came back down.
I don't think
was amazing.
I wasn't paying attention to that, so I can't say anything.
I was. I'm sorry. You know that I'm a nerd for this.
Oh, I
shit,
know. Well,
so.
because you probably had over $200 on that.
Now, I did have over $200 on the game total.
Okay.
And I profited $7. What cost me the most is my friend was like, I'm telling you right now, the Seahawks win this game by like 3 points. Take Patriots +5.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I put 50 on that.
Your
I was literally telling him.
Your friend's
Yeah, I was
dumb
literally
as
telling him. I literally told him I think the Seahawks are going to win this game by like 15 plus. And I should have bet that instead. It's
Should've,
always
yeah.
me listening to other people.
Yeah.
But I won $50 on Titi Me Pregunto being the first song. I won $20 on the national anthem going under. I won $15 on the coin toss being heads. Yeah, like stuff like that. That was awesome.
Gatorade color?
I had orange.
Yeah, if you want to talk about the production, how do you feel about the show of the color before we got the bath?
Yeah,
I
that
hated
was crazy.
I hated that
part, but that's just them prepping it
that
up, you know?
that happened, and someone stood up at my watch party and said, "That's it. This is the worst Super Bowl ever. Why are they showing us this?" And I was like,
yeah, I literally
well.
so they showed I literally I went, fuck. Like I had $8 to win 26 on orange, bro.
Okay, but yeah,
losing
we
crazy
can talk about
money.
this because it was third quarter, right? 12 to nothing. And I just randomly, I just thought of it, so I just said it out loud. I was like, "Oh, this is probably the second Super Bowl in a row that we've had a first half shutout by a team." And then,
True.
yeah, it probably is. And then I made another follow-up comment, and I was saying at least last year one team was scoring, and it was kind of exciting. And everyone was proceeded to say "fuck you," blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, but seriously, I mean, God, yeah, no, this year's Super Bowl is just awful.
It was better than last year's Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you're biased. It was 1,000% better than last year's Super Bowl because it was still a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter, Baron. Your game was over.
Yeah, you just cut out because of how much you yelled. Regardless, but yes, no, my game was over a lot sooner. I think a lot more people might have relished in the fact of seeing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs getting shit on like that, though. I think you're quick to forget about that fact. And no, again, I don't think you can take a survey. I want you to go around and ask how many people when they thought that Super Bowl was over last night, because I guarantee you most of them would have said halftime. Like, based on what you would see, like, I don't care what the score was, one big play or not, they were not capable of making a big play until it was out of
when
reach.
Reed Blankenship got the pick 6. Let's be real here. That's when the Super Bowl was over.
That was Cooper DeJean. That's crazy.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, my
I'm too
bad.
white.
You're
I'm
racist.
you know?
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
racist.
you got me.
No,
whoa.
you
No,
are
no, no.
racist. That's racism 101.
It's all right. It's 2 white people. I'll get away with it.
Yeah, thank God, right? Yeah, but
There was our 10-second political commentary of the day.
well,
All right, and then,
you want to talk about the halftime show then?
The halftime show was awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know
I
what?
was going crazy.
All right, I'll say this one. As someone who watched both, they were both awful.
No,
I have two
the Kid
TVs.
Rock halftime show. I did not
No,
watch it.
that
I
was
watched it
fucking.
after the game.
It was fucking
That shit was
awful.
ass.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you
That
this.
shit was
Did you
ass.
see that part when they shot him out of the fucking floor? That shit was, dude. We saw that. I mean, I was probably 4 or 5 beers deep at that point. I saw. I was like, and I was like actively like texting with my parents because I was asking them what they thought if they were watching the Super Bowl halftime show, and they were saying something, and I was like, oh my god, Kid Rock just shot out of the fucking floor, and then it does like he like introduces himself, and they drop like the 80
They
foot
dropped the
American
flag.
flag with all the pyrotechnics are going off.
It was
I
like
mean,
Erica Kirk.
yeah, I mean they definitely did what they were going for. But no, as someone who watched
was so-
both. Yeah, someone who watched both, they were both bad. Now,
No, you just didn't like the Super Bowl halftime show because you just can't speak Spanish.
exactly.
And honestly,
and I'm gonna stand on
I
that.
can't.
It sucks.
I can't be mad at you. As someone who like understands Spanish, it was dope as shit.
That's
Like,
fine.
I was dancing.
That's
I
fine.
thought the worst part of the halftime show was Lady Gaga. I thought that was the worst part of the halftime
That's
show.
the only part I enjoyed. I mean, again, it was short. I mean, the gas station looked cool, but like I wouldn't give it any extra points for like
But like
over the top
the
set.
real wedding was sick. The real proposal was
I don't
sick.
care.
Ronald Acuna there, all the
I agree. I don't
celebrities
need to
popping
see. I don't need to see. I mean, I don't care personally, but I'll stand on the fact they're kids watching the Super Bowl. They don't need to see women shaking ass. They don't need to see dudes grinding
Oh,
on
so
each
you must
other
have hated
behind a car.
No, Shakira and J Lo was a classic halftime show in 2020.
And
That was a
again,
great
I'm not.
halftime show.
I'm not gonna
'Cause
sit
they
here
were
and say that.
shaking ass.
And again, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm gonna be opposed to that. But I can understand why people would not be. People are upset at that, and I get why. Because there's kids watching the Super Bowl. Again, it's. I understand the argument. And I don't want to get super political about it, but when I think of last year's halftime show, I just think that's what you need to go for. And I think, and again, I don't think the NFL was going for a political message with this halftime show. If anything, Robert Goodell's just an idiot, and just because all he's thinking about is money and trying to expand the NFL and get it more popular around the world. And I think a good way to start with that is Latin America. That's our neighbors. So if you get the biggest artist in that demographic to perform, get people to tune in, then yeah, I mean, it definitely works, definitely gets money and interest in your product. So from a marketing standpoint, it makes sense why. But let's find someone who speaks English next year, please. Thank you. Because that was awful.
I will say this, and this is me being as center as possible. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really cool. I will say there's a FIFA World Cup. There's a Copa America. There are other sporting events that are not English. For example, right? I was on the field when the Copa America opening ceremony was happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had Feed come out and sing. That's a Spanish artist who has like 45 million listeners. Got to meet him. Pretty cool guy. But again, that's an event where the USA was in it. Canada was in it. Big countries like that. But that's a historically Hispanic, Latino, stuff like that event, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl is not that, right? And so
No.
it's Roger Goodell trying to get more international people, which is exactly what he did. He's making more international games. I don't agree with some of them, like Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you that I think it should be in English because there's other events that I think they would never put an English singing person in, if that makes sense. Like it should be both across the board then. It should be both across the board. But I still love Bad Bunny's halftime show.
That's fine. And again, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound ignorant when I say this, but yeah, I think when you're promoting something like American football, I think you should stick to the American brand. And that might not be the best marketing strategy for other countries. I get that. But I think that shouldn't come at the expense of your demographic. which is, again, I saw a TikTok about this earlier today. It was 97% of United States of America speaks English. 3%, or I think it's 3.5% speaks Spanish, something like that. So yeah, I mean, I understand why you want to do that, because is he the biggest artist in the world? I think, or is it like this out of the
If you
continent or
count
this?
monthly listeners, then no, he's
Okay,
not. But I understand when people say that because
he's one
people
of
from
the
all
biggest artists in the
he's
world.
one of the biggest artists in the world. Yeah.
I understand why you want to do something like that, but I mean, if you're going for big artists, dude, at that point, at least go for Taylor Swift. I mean, you could get her like that probably. And honestly, I'd be interested to know, Brooks, how many NFL fans do you think would have preferred a Taylor Swift halftime show this year?
I don't know. I feel like they would have preferred Bad Bunny more.
I I'd be interested
Just
to know
because
that.
just because of like actual NFL fans like us.
Yeah.
Because of all the Taylor Swift like drama of like the girls with that. But if you want to talk about making money, Taylor Swift will make you money, Roger. Taylor Swift will make you hella bread because that's an international artist right there that sings in English. And you're talking about all the girlies, how much money they would spend on merchandise. Oh my God.
I'm
You need to
surprised this
fork
hasn't
up money
again,
to go
I'm
to Taylor.
surprised this hasn't been thought of already. She's
I
probably
probably
said
have
no.
been.
Yeah, she's
Probably
probably
just, yeah.
said no. She's probably said
Yeah.
no. So yeah, I really don't know what you do from there. I do think it's funny. I don't know if funny is the right word. I find it interesting. There
There
was
you go.
one guy who was going around the not locker rooms, but the player booths during Super Bowl week, and he was asking the players, "What's your favorite Bad Bunny song? Like, what do you think he's gonna play? What are you excited to hear?" And none of them could say a single song that he had came
Crickets.
up with. And yeah, I just find that a little interesting. And then counter argument. Um, did you see the interview of the Pro Bowl where they went around asking all the Pro Bowlers who they would want to see in the Super Bowl halftime show next year?
Yeah.
Do you remember who the unanimous answer was?
No. I feel like did a lot of people say Drake?
No.
Drake. Oh no, Drake was the Premier League people. That's what it was. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's back to me. Okay.
Yeah.
NBA Youngblood.
Oh yeah.
That would be something. That would be crazy, honestly.
I hope that never happens. Young boy, he's an artist. I'll tell you that. He's a dope artist. But
That would be, yeah. That would be something. But
you're
yeah.
tapping into another different demographic. Listen,
Yeah.
check out my swag.
I was gonna say, if that happened, bro, you might actually see players from the actual game out on the field during halftime. Like the jokes would not be just jokes anymore. But yeah. I mean, yeah. Who'd you want to see next year, though? I think, yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't
You know
it?
what? You know what?
Hmm.
I'm gonna do something that is very unethical. Let's
Okay.
check the Kalshi odds
Oh my God.
for who's gonna be the halftime show. Now, can I tell you some mine that I want to see before I check? I looked it up like a quick way.
Okay.
I think one that'd be interesting. Post Malone, I think would be very interesting. He's always had his name up there.
Mm-hmm.
That one could be interesting. If you had a pop artist come out like Sabrina Carpenter, that one could be interesting. Not saying I'd want that. Just
No,
saying
but
interesting.
that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I I don't want to see hip hop. I want to see it tap back into a pop artist actually.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
What was it 2 years ago? It was Kendrick. That was hip hop. It was Bad Bunny. 3 years ago, it was Usher.
Rihanna before that.
Rihanna before that. Who was it for the first? That was Rihanna. And then 2021. That was Dre, Kendrick, all them, right? Am I missing
Yeah.
something? I don't think I'm missing anything right now.
Shakira
the
was
first Super Bowl-
2020.
So Shakira was 2021. Wait, no.
No, 2020. So 2021.
2021 was the weekend.
Yeah.
2020 was Shakira. 2019. Who played it?
2018 was Imagine Dragons.
Was that the one in Atlanta?
That's the one the Eagles won. That was in
Oh, that was
Minnesota.
yeah. That one was Minnesota. What was the Super Bowl halftime show in Atlanta?
Bruno Mars.
Was it? It might have been Bruno.
He was recent, so it must have been him.
I mean, Patriots Rams halftime show.
Um,
I know he was like 2015. It was Adam Levine.
Adam
God,
Levine.
I remember that one. That was so mid.
I
Um,
so,
Everything
must
sucked about that Super Bowl. Of course, it was freaking Atlanta ruins everything. I mean,
there you go.
Um,
Who would be a good one for next year? It would probably be.
Here are the odds.
Yeah, just give them to me. I don't have any.
All right, here are the odds.
Yeah.
The favorite is Miley Cyrus.
Oh God. Okay.
Cardi B is second.
Oh God, please no.
Okay, do you know what I say if I give like plus and minus, right?
Like
you
plus
understand
odds.
like plus odds,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Okay. So Miley Cyrus is the favorite plus 310. Cardi B is plus 440. Taylor Swift is plus 490.
I just feel like she's already said no.
You know what? This one I wouldn't mind just because it's me, because I'm an old head.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne is fourth at plus 520. I wouldn't mind a Lil Wayne, honestly. ASAP Rocky is plus 610.
Well, there's no reason Cardi B should be up there. At least, like at that point, do the Migos.
I hope it's not Cardi.
No,
also,
that would be
Cardi
awful.
just broke up with Stephon Diggs.
Is that official?
They both unfollowed each other on Instagram. The day after. I mean, that's crazy, by the way.
I saw that.
Justin Bieber's plus 790.
That'd be a
J.
good
Cole
one.
and Drake are tied at plus 880.
Oh, those would be. I think both those would be bad.
I don't mind these two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one I mind more a little bit. Ariana Grande is at plus 920.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a Harry Styles at plus 1040.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that.
I think Harry Styles is a good pop artist. Everyone understands him. He has bangers, like As It Was, Watermelon Sugar. Like, he's got bangers, you know? So, like, it could work.
No country, you think?
Country, I don't know. Because then if they
Morgan
do country,
Wallen?
they already did Shabuzi as the opener last year, didn't they? I think, Green Day was the opener this year. I think Shabuzi was the opener last year.
I don't even remember that.
I gotta look this up just to.
Okay.
Shabuzi
that's something.
He started. Oh wait, that's in the commercial.
Oh my.
He's in the commercial.
Good Lord.
Oh
yeah.
He did that. He did the Thanksgiving halftime show.
Yeah, that was it. I was about to say Jack
that.
Harlow did it the 1 year prior with the igloo and the little kiddie
I looked
pool.
up Shabuzi Super Bowl. The first common question is, what is the most controversial Super Bowl halftime show? And it's Justin Timberlake singing "Rock Your Body," and it reaches final line. It said, "Bet I'll have you naked by the end of this song."
I mean, Usher was what? Yeah, 3 years ago. So, 2 years ago.
He pulled off part of Jackson's costume. The move revealed Jackson's right breast.
Nice.
Which Jackson?
Who knows?
No, it's got to be someone. Janet Jackson. Yeah. I remember that. Janet Jackson.
You don't want to see Lil Baby?
Oh, and that was also. I don't want to see
Lil Baby and Gunna, Young Thug.
They don't like each other.
Oh, that's still a thing. We're not gonna get to see Drip Too Hard on stage. What else? I think the baby might be available.
Those are some names.
Hit up the baby recently. What else? You could do. Juice WRLD's dead. What's Lil Uzi Vert doing?
No, don't put Uzi on there.
I would like that. I would do that. I'd be down with that.
Don't put Uzi on there.
That'd be sick, actually.
Watermelon Sugar Pie.
Playboy Cardi.
Watermelon Sugar Pie.
I mean, we might be getting rappers soon here. I don't know.
That's just what it is now, honestly.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I was not a fan of this year's halftime show.
Now,
anything else really? Did we cover everything about the Super Bowl? I'm trying to think. Oh no, Jason Myers was snubbed.
I see the argument. I can see
I'm
why
dying
fans
on
walk
that
it
hill.
too.
Look, and again,
Um,
I think
I
this.
think if he bangs a 60-yarder, he gets it.
Oh, absolutely. But look, I think this whole Super Bowl MVP debate brings a very good argument that we should shed some light on. And I think the Super Bowl MVP, I know it's called the Super Bowl MVP, but I feel like it's very hard to base how valuable someone can be just based off one game. So I think it needs to be an entire like postseason award. Like, it needs to be evaluative of the entire postseason. In which, if it was, then yes, Kenneth Walker 1,000% deserves that award. He was their best offensive player the entire postseason. And I don't think you could give it to any one defensive player. They were all great, so I think he would have easily have won it. But if you're talking about like a single game, you have to give that to Jason Myers. I mean, if you like you said, you want to talk about that game was super close the entire way through. How does that game look if he misses one of those field goals? Misses two. Like, yeah, that might have been a very much different game. And yeah, most points by a player in Super Bowl history. That's pretty impressive. I'm gonna die on that hill respectfully. He was snubbed. They just did not want to give it to a kicker because that would have created other issues that we probably don't even know of. So
There you go. Baron.
mm-hmm.
There are two other things not two other things. Yeah, I guess two other things I'll bring up. I want to bring back Brooks's bombs just to close out this segment. But Baron, I love to give you some trivia. So let's give you a little bit of a prediction trivia here. Who do you think is the favorite to win Super Bowl 61?
Who do I think it is?
Who would you? I don't want to say who you predict because there's still a long way to go. Yeah, there's 363 days probably.
Oh,
No, there's
are these
more than
Vegas odds?
365 days. These are the opening odds.
Actually, there is something I want to say before we do this, though.
Make it quick, buddy.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Well, it's kind of a double parter. So, well, I just want to say, like, what do these teams go from here, right? Because we've kind of talked about how every other team has kind of been broken down postseason, right? Obviously, Seattle is going to have to deal with a Super Bowl championship. Already lost Clint Kubiak. I'm sure multiple other staffers will be going with him, so you will have to replenish all of those. Now, historically, when we see things like this happen, it doesn't usually work out all that well. I'm going to go ahead and give my probably hot take for next season, but I don't think you're going to see Seattle in the Super Bowl next year. I think Sam Darnold is going to take a big step back. I don't think he's going to go be bad per se, but probably going to have a new coordinator, some scheme conflict, uncomfortability. Again, we have to see how much of his play this year was a benefit of the scheme. If he picks it up next season, doesn't skip a beat, then yeah, we can forget everything I'm saying right now. But historically, again, we just have to wait and see. But I'm going to go ahead and probably say it's going to look different. Free agency. Any free agents on your team just coming off a Super Bowl win, they're going to warrant more money. It's harder to keep them. So we have to see how this roster looks next season. It's not impossible. They have the blueprint with a cheap or semi-cheap quarterback and young guys on the roster, but I don't think they're going to go back to the Super Bowl next year. I think they'll still be in the playoffs, but they would not be my favorite coming out of the NFC going into next season. Patriots. Sorry. It's going to be a very, very interesting offseason, in my opinion. Mainly because I think you have issues that you now that you have to address that only became really apparent in the last few weeks. And I think that being offensive line. Again, everyone throughout the season is telling you have a top 5 line in the league. That's not really your fault. They're playing the teams in front of them. Like we've been saying all episode, though, those teams just were not good. When you want to play good teams, you need better players. So offensive line needs to be addressed this offseason, this draft cycle. As well, you've got to go out. Drake May needs a number 1. I've sat here all season. I've spoke very highly of Stephon Diggs and what he could be for Drake May. He's shown flashes of that this season. Some of those came in at crucial points throughout the season. he's not going to be that guy next year. I think we're seeing the decline. It's looking worse and worse every season. He's getting up there in age. You need to go find Drake May, a young number one. Whether that's the draft, whether you need to make a trade. I don't think you're going to really get one in free agency. I don't know this year's receiver class off the top of my head, but I don't think there's any really talented young guys. So, yeah, that's got to be something you need to address. And draft's going to be hard with the position you're in, 30, 31. So that's kind of a bad spot to be in when your team's not that great. So, yeah, to me, this is going to be a very interesting offseason for the Patriots. And the final thing I want to leave off with is, I think I said it last episode, right? Is the first time quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, if they lose, history is not on their side. Do you think Drake May is going to make it back?
I think he can. I don't think it's going to be recent though. I think that was their one opportunity. My big prediction was I think the Patriots are going to be a sneaking team next year in the playoffs. A sneaking team. Yeah. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll quite be sneaking. I do think the one good thing they have for them is Buffalo doesn't really seem to know what their immediate future looks like either. They seem to be kind of in a road bump. So if you can stay competitive in your division and consistently keep winning that, that's good. You're getting experience year in, year out. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a while. Like you said, we had a down year in the AFC in terms of quarterback talent. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, whoever else you want to say. So yeah, I think the path to the Super Bowl through the AFC will be much harder next year. But I still think they can compete in their division. I need to see what Buffalo does this offseason before I'm sold on them. Again, I'm very low on Josh Allen right now coming out of this season. I will take back what I said the other week, though. He is better than Drake May. But I am still pretty low on him, and I will need to see what these rosters look like. But I don't think the window is slammed close yet.
All right, Baron. I'm going to ask you.
All right.
There are two teams on each side. But let's start with the top side first.
Gotcha.
Who do you think is the betting favorite to win Super Bowl 61?
Broncos.
Nope. The Broncos are that is 13th best odds to win Super Bowl 61. Yep.
Wow. Oh, okay. Seahawks?
Tied for first. There's one other team.
Is it in the AFC or the NFC?
It is in the NFC.
Rams?
The Rams. Now, I will not help you this one. Baron, two teams are plus 24,000 to win Super Bowl 61. The lowest odds. The worst, or in terms of the best odds, if you want to say, in terms of making money.
Browns.
That is not true. The Browns are not.
Oh, sorry. Raiders.
That is not true. The Raiders are not.
Oh. Jets.
That is not true. The Jets are not.
Dolphins.
That is one of them. The Dolphins are one of them.
Okay.
The other one. How about this? Ready? This one could be a big hint. The team that you ragged on the most is the Dolphins. The team that I ragged on the most is the other one.
Colts?
No.
Oh.
I love rag. That is a good one, but I love ragging on this team. Yeah, I think really bad.
Dolphins and
very similar situation to the Dolphins. Quarterback.
Oh, Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals and Dolphins are both 24,000. The Jets, Raiders, and Browns are the next three up. I will then say this. The Broncos are not bad betting odds, I will say, but the 15th best odds to win the Super Bowl, I kind of like. That is the Chicago Bears at plus 2,500. I think that is that my pick to win the Super Bowl? No, but for those odds, I kind of like it. The same odds as the Cincinnati Bengals. You tell me the Bengals have the same odds with Super Bowl as the Bears? I kind of like that. I think other sneaky teams to win the Super Bowl next year. The Broncos are at plus 1,800. The Chiefs are plus 1,500. They're sitting at the ninth best odds. The Eagles are sitting at the fifth best odds. But I kind of like the Bears, the Jaguars value plus 2,200, plus 2,500.
What's the Jaguars?
Plus 2,200. Better odds than the Bears. I like the Bears.
What's the Ravens?
The Ravens are the fourth best at plus 1,300.
What are the Bills?
The third best at plus 1,100.
So can I take the opposite of that and win money?
You could. It'll probably be like minus 5,000 or minus like 10,000. But yeah. Now, Baron, one more and let's close out.
Guarantee a Bills loss.
One more and let's close out with a Brooks's Bombs after. Who do you think is the favorite to win the MVP award?
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is sitting at the 11th best odds at plus 1,800.
Jesus. Okay.
I think that's 2, 4, 6.
Is it Josh Allen?
11th best odds. It is Josh Allen at plus 600. Who do you think is second best?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
Patrick
Jackson is
Mahomes,
second best. Patrick
Joe
Mahomes
Burrow.
is fifth best. Joe Burrow is fourth best.
Oh wow.
Can you clean
Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert is sixth best. Can you clean out third?
Who would it be? Jordan Love.
No, Jordan Love is sitting at the 10th best odds.
10th best.
Don't think too hard, Baron.
3. Bo Nix?
No, not Bo Nix.
No.
Bo Nix is plus 3,500.
Oh Jesus.
That is 15th best odds.
I guess he's coming off an injury, so yeah, that'll probably be
Don't think too hard, Baron.
I mean, I'm trying not to. Is it Sam Darnold?
No, Baron. Don't think too hard. Drake May. There you go. Third best odds at plus 850.
Look at these fucking odd makers.
Baron.
Fuck.
Baron, who do you think has a better chance?
I'm sorry. That's horrible.
So I want to play a funny game with you. Who do you think has a better chance of winning the MVP next year?
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur Sanders or Tua Tagovailoa?
You know what actually would be a better question? Which quarterback has a better chance of starting next season? And that would probably be Shedeur Sanders. So,
well, who do you think has better MVP odds?
Exactly.
Tua does.
As a backup, which
Shedeur Sanders has the same odds as CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, James Cook. Here are my two favorites: Will Anderson and Deshaun Watson.
I mean, they are. I guess they're both probably in competition for the spot next year. So,
Mac Jones has plus 1,400 better odds with the MVP than Shedeur Sanders next year.
Well, Mac Jones might be a starter, so Shedeur Sanders might not be a starter. So
Fernando Mendoza has 3 times better odds to win the MVP next year.
Well, we know he's going to be a starter, but here's the thing: Mac Jones might be the Browns' next starter. Like, we don't know what's going to happen yet.
Kyler Murray
has worse.
Plus 13,000.
Oh, he's also going to be a backup next year. Actually, no, he's not. You see, there's a report. It was like 2 days ago. The Cardinals said that they're like interested in running it back again.
They have nothing else to do.
Dude, they should have brought Cliff Kingsbury back. Yeah.
Baron,
all right. Super Bowl matchup next year. Who is it?
I'm going to take the Super Bowl next year. I'm going to take. My heart wants to say Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be Kansas City. My heart wants to say Kansas City. I'm going to take. I think the Rams are going to get back. I do. Oh, actually, you know what?
How old will Matthew Stafford be next season?
I know. All right, here we go. Official. Lock it in. Broncos?
That was going to be mine, too.
Eagles.
We agree on something. Let's move on.
Wow.
I'm so dead serious.
I'm dead serious. That's what I think
All right.
too. I think it'll be Broncos and Eagles. I'm not
All
gonna
right,
lie.
let's move on then. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Should I just throw that bet down right now?
Go for it.
I can't on my book, but I'll find something where I can. Who do you think's gonna win? I also have the Eagles too. Now can we end with
I'm
Brooks'
actually-
bombs?
Yeah, I'm actually. It's a little sidebar. I'm actually so excited for our offense next year. Like I
We have
cannot
8
wait.
months to talk about it,
I
Baron. So
cannot wait. They're
we
like,
have 8
I was
months.
looking at this breakdown of like I don't know where it came from, but it was like Sean Mannion's like tendencies. Like this is like his philosophy and viewpoints on certain things versus Kevin Patullo's, and I was like, oh my god, this is night and day. We're gonna attack the middle of the field. We're gonna reuse RPOs and play action, and you're not gonna believe this. We're gonna run under center.
No way, actually.
Yes, I'm
It
so
might be back.
excited.
It might be back.
I'm so
Baron.
excited.
Now, Baron, can we have a little Brooks' bombs?
Yeah, go for it.
Brooks' bomb of the day is gonna be, I am now just becoming a fan of the NFL because I hate the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my god, I hate my life. Now-
I thought this was gonna be a betting topic. Quick sidebar. I woke up. You texted me and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And then I opened Instagram and I just see Falcons rookie edge rusher vehicle, and I was like, "Oh, yep, it's the one from Georgia." Immediately, that's just what
He's
came
not
to my
from-
head.
he didn't go to Georgia.
I know, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
But it's in Georgia. Actually, it wasn't in Georgia. It's in Florida.
That might
Baron.
be worse.
No, Baron, that is not a might be worse. It is worse. Something a little funny about that. If he gets convicted of one of the crimes, minimum 5 years in prison. Not just all of them, one of them. Minimum 5. Because Florida is one of the toughest justice systems. My rookie of the year candidate tried to kill his ex-girlfriend, kill a police officer, kill himself. And we gave away a first and a second round pick for this guy. So I am officially just a fan of the game. You know, I'm a fan of the league. I love football. I can't do this shit anymore.
What's crazy too is if you guys let the Saints beat you and the Buccaneers go to the playoffs, they might have dismissed it.
Why?
I don't know. Just felt be like, yeah. Thanks for letting
Oh,
us. I
'cause
don't know.
Florida?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
He's
I
so
would-
fucked.
Can't wait. I want his lawyer's defense so badly to be, Your Honor, 10.5 sacks. And he just sits down. And then he'll walk free, I'm telling you. I don't think it is. I mean, there's probably some concern. There's probably some worry for a long-term sentence. But, I mean, people, like, the NFL players have tried to kill their girlfriends all the time.
The
in
front
past.
offices are saying we're never going to touch this guy. But let's say this, Baron. Let me talk about this, okay? Let me talk about this. The Eagles front office, they can deal with shittier people. He might be an Eagle next year.
Whoa. The Eagles have had out of all 32 teams since the year 2000, the Eagles have had the least amount of players arrested.
Drafted Jalen Carter.
It wasn't his fault.
Let's just hope that doesn't hit the airwaves a little too much.
I mean, that's like saying
Drafted Jalen Carter.
That's
All right,
like-
I don't want to talk about no. I don't know.
No.
I don't want
Okay.
you. No. I don't want you to talk about the Eagles not dealing with personality issues or character flaws when that guy's on your team. All right.
He's great.
So let me say this, because this is Brooks's bombs.
It's not his fault
You're-
for him.
You're,
I'm talking about JC, by the way.
I know.
Continue.
JP Jr. is gone because Arthur Blank doesn't put up with that shit. He doesn't. All right. If he cut a prime Michael Vick for his thing, he's not
Sure.
dealing with this shit. So
History might repeat itself. We might need an edge rusher.
no, we need an edge rusher. We need
Oh,
one. We're
well.
fucked. All right.
Jaden Phillips will be
I have
available.
the Falcons. Falcons over under 2026 wins.
Do you want Nolan Smith? He might be getting traded.
Over under is that's 2025 2026. Is this for next year? Oh no,
Probably.
this is definitely this year. The Cardinals are at 8.5. All right. Is there one for next year?
I don't know.
27.
Yeah, Hawks suck too. When did the Braves start?
Catchers and pitchers report today. They start in late March. I want to have high hopes, but they'll let me down. So I'll
Yeah,
just
probably.
But I love baseball. But yeah, that's my bomb of the day. Is I hate the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, you got a big day two around the corner for the draft night. Obviously you won't be active day one. You guys might get a compensatory pick if he gets arrested. I think that's on the
Is
table.
that a thing?
I think so.
That's
I
a
think it's
thing.
a third. I think it's
We
a
get
third
re-
rounder.
we get rewarded for our guy getting arrested.
I think in like certain scenarios, yeah. So maybe. I think I saw something about that. You can look into it. I might have given you some false hope, but
All right.
um, yeah. I mean, yeah, drafts around the corner. Free agencies around the corner.
Yeah.
That's gonna be scary. A lot of international games next year.
Fair. Oh, Baron, you know what I didn't do? Maybe we'll do
Hmm.
next. I've been very busy, so
Yeah,
just
I've
want to
been too.
apologize. But something that I did, if I can find it, which I probably can't. Um, I I don't know if I can find it, but remember when I took um our what is it called? Our takes, and I threw some
Yeah.
of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was wondering if I could find that. Because I had it somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know. I had some fun takes that we said.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I mean, probably pretty bad for honest. Yeah. I don't know. I can talk about something for a second. Basketball. What's going on in the world of basketball? Let's give him a sneak peek in that. Oh, sorry. I need to announce my campaign. I'm just gonna get a little political. I apologize, but
let's wrap this
we
up.
are we are starting a revolution. We are going to be the people that force Josh Harris to sell his professional sports franchises. Josh Harris is the owner of the New Jersey Devils, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Washington Commanders. A lot of mentions in those Epstein files, Brooks. I did some reading, some research into him. Turns out he was in big contact with the Big Stein well after his conviction and confession. So, um, Adam Silver, Roger Goodell, whatever the fuck the NHL commissioner's name is. Let's do what's right for society and justice. And while he's dealing with his public public image issues, let's force him to sell his franchises because Brooks, we often sit up here and talk about organizations as contenders or pretenders, serious, non-serious. Do you want to win or do you just want to sell tickets? And this idiot, Josh Harris, is the biggest example of I just want to sell tickets and make money there is in professional sports. And I hate that. So we need to start this movement. Hashtag Josh Harris is in the Epstein files. Get that trending everywhere. We might attach that to this upload. So yeah, we need to start that movement because he needs to sell his franchises. Back to you, Brooks.
Falcons DN James Pierce is facing a minimum of 5 years in prison if convicted of one charge. WNBA star Rakaya Jackson told police she broke up with Pierce ending their 3-year relationship, blocked his number to avoid contact, but he allegedly continued reaching out to her using an alternate number. She texted him to leave her alone and said she wanted nothing to do with him. Jackson later saw Pierce behind her car in a white Lamborghini SUV. When she stopped at the red light, he exited his vehicle, tried to open her driver's side door, prompting her to drive away and head towards the police department for safety. According to her statement, Pierce pursued her, intentionally rear-ended her vehicle, then cut her off at an intersection, collided with her head-on when she attempted to escape. Police responded after Jackson called police, and officers said they encountered Pierce outside his SUV and ordered him to the ground. Authority says he instead re-entered the vehicle, drove off, struck an officer in the knee while fleeing. Officers pursued him until he crashed at another intersection. He then ran on foot and allegedly resisted arrest before being taken into custody.
Oh, I
He
saw the
now
video.
faces multiple felony charges, Sam, including 2 aggravated counts of battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated stalking, fleeing and eluding police, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, misdemeanor charge of resisting an officer.
Yeah, it took 7 cops to bring him down.
Yeah, no wonder he got 10.5 sacks. Also, the NBA is going to be voting on 2 expansion teams most likely this summer, Las Vegas and Seattle. All right, I agree. Las Vegas is soulless. That'll be another episode of Nothing Agreed. Thank you all so much for listening. What is your favorite Super Bowl moment? Did you like the halftime show? And let Baron walk out with a smile. And one more point.
# Josh Harris is in the Epstein files. See you next time.